on the freeway and northbound end of the 3rd Street.
What's up, everybody? Another one coach's opinion. Like I said, it's my opinion. It's not a fact. And I'd like to hear your opinion too. It's about a conversation we had at the gym about, say, fight camps. How many people feel that it's a necessity that when you're training for a fight, you think it's best that you go to like a camp and you're kind of away from your family and away from, you know, friends and all your nightlife, the stuff you normally do, you separate yourself from. And here's what I brought up. I was watching a Marvin Hagler video, and he said he used to call his training camps the prison. He said because he would be away from his family, he'd be away from everybody, he'd be just focused on the fight, and he felt like he was locked up, like he was in prison. I don't know if you got to go that far, because, you know, I saw Ann Wolf, that special with James Kirkman on HBO, and he basically was like sleeping in a barn with an 11-inch TV, no cable and stuff like that. I mean, you don't have to like mentally torture yourself, but I do believe that the more sacrifices that you make in camp, see, I feel the fighter should create a ball of, I call it a ball of hate, but it's not really hate, but just a phrase, a ball of hate. So when you're about to fight and you're looking across the ring at your opponent and you're saying, you know, I missed like 3 of my son's basketball games, and, you know, I haven't been with my woman in so long, and you know, in weeks, and, you know, I didn't get a chance to, I miss eating my mom's birthday cake for her birthday, you know, because I was in camp, and I missed this, and it's all, you put it all in the ball, and that ball, to me, is your desire to win this fight, your desire to say, there's no way I'm going to lose. I didn't sacrifice all this to lose a fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's what you kind of let spin and let grow. It's what you, when you're working out, it's what you're working for. So, you know, you say to yourself, you know, it's no way I'm going to miss all that and lose. You know, and it happens, you know, the majority of times in the fight, somebody's going to lose, even if 2 guys train that way. But to me, when it comes to boxing, and in some combat sports, but mainly boxing, if you know you did everything you could and you gave 100% in the ring, 100% in training out of the ring, and a guy still beat you, you sort of you sort of develop a respect for the guy, because you know, yo, look, I did all I could. I fought my heart out. I gave 100%. So you must be good, because you still beat me. You still beat me. And then, you know, you're not even, I mean, you're always going to be upset over a loss, but when you did everything possible to win and lose, you know, and it was a fair loss, you know what I'm saying? You kind of, it's easier to take than if, say, you were cheating yourself. If you were like, man, I really ain't run when I was supposed to run, or, man, I shouldn't have went out of town during camp, or, you know, I was doing this or doing that, stuff that you know you were doing wrong, and you still did, based on the fact that, you know, maybe it caught up to you, you know. But it's hard to swallow losses like that, because you always figure what would have happened if I would have did everything I was supposed to do. But once you do everything you're supposed to do and you still lose, sometimes, like I said, nobody likes losing, but sometimes it's easier to digest, because you know it might just not be my day, because I did all I could. All I could. I didn't slack off in no part whatsoever, and this guy beat me. I mean, to me, you have to develop, you know, it has to give you some type of respect for him, unless you just, you know, just have a bad attitude. But you have to respect, say, man, you know, hey, look, so if somebody's like, man, yeah, that dude you fought the other day, man, you know, he was a bum, man, you have to be like, man, I don't know what you saw. Well, he wasn't no bum. You know what I'm saying? I was in there with this guy. And he damn sure wasn't a bum, you know. So, man, you know, the whole basis is, do you think that a fighter needs to separate himself from his, like, family, separate himself from the people, you know? Can he go home every night? Can he go home every night and lay with his girl and still properly train? You know what I'm saying? Can he do all this and still have a successful fight camp with, you know, women, maybe partying, hanging out a little bit? If he just says, well, you know, I hung out, but I went to bed by 1, you know what I'm saying? We don't train at this time. So do you think everything else affects camp, or do you think it's possible to do all this and still be successful? So what is needed in a successful fight camp? I mean, how do you isolate your fighters? I mean, what are the rules of it? You know what I'm saying? What goes on? You know, I was just wondering, because we had a debate on it, and some people were saying, no, I can go home every day to my wife and kids and just have a normal time and just train hard and have the same fight. And some people were saying, nah, I think you need to be away from all distractions, focus on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like going away. Like if you had a job and you had to go away for your job, you know what I'm saying? You can't take your wife and kids if you had to go away. If you had that type of job, you travel, you know, you're doing a job. So, you know, what do you think, coaches? What's needed? What do you do for a fight camp? What are your rules? Even if your guy is up and coming and, you know, you're not going out big bear or going out of town or doing whatever, you just, you know, kind of, you're in camp. You know what I'm saying? You know, the fight's four weeks away and you're in camp. What are the rules and regulations that you have? You know what I'm saying? Can he come in and be like, man, you missed it. You missed it last night, man. It was on at the club. Or, you know, is it like, man, come on, man. You know, we in camp. Let me know what you coaches think. You know what I'm saying? I just gave you what I think, my opinion. I think, you know, you need to concentrate and focus. This is important. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be pouting, knowing you could have done better after a fight. Give it all, give it 100%. And then if things don't go your way, you really have nothing to hold your head down about, because you know I gave 100%. That's how I feel. One coach's opinion. Thanks.